Problem 2-33. To bake 100 of his favorite cookies, Mr. Wallace needs 350 grams of sugar. There's a table over to the right to kind of help lay out the data, and question A asks how many grams of sugar would he need to bake 10 cookies. So this is going to be a proportional question or problem. So we know that 350 grams goes to 100 cookies. So if we're only going to have 10 cookies, it's going to be 1/10 the number of cookies. So it's going to be 1/10 the amount of sugar. And 350 divided by 10, we can just take off that 0. It's going to be 35. It's going to be for A. So over here, we can say 10 is going to be 35. And to solve 20, because the next question, next part of A says, what about 20 cookies? Well, we can simply just double it. So right now we have 35 over 10. So it's proportional, we can make it over 20. We just doubled that. So we can also double 35, which would be 70. So over here we can do 70. So the answer to A would be 10 cookies needs 35 grams, and 20 cookies needs 70 grams. All right, let's take a look at part B. What is the unit rate? So that essentially says, as it says here, how many grams of sugar do you need for one cookie? So we can kind of use what we've already done to solve that. So here it has 20 cookies equals 70 grams. So the next one is 2 cookies. So let's write that down. So we have 70 over 20. So to go from 20 to 2, you can divide by 10. So 70 divided by 10, once again, just get rid of the 0, and you have 7 over 2. And then we can take it one step further to take it over 1, because that's ultimately what we want. So to go from 2 to 1, you half it. Half of 7, well, it's going to be 3.5. So you can either leave it as 7 over 2 or do 3.5. But either way, the unit rate is going to be about 7 halves. Or you could also say 3 1/2 if you want it in a proper fraction. So I would box that as the answer. And then part C says, to help him know how much sugar to use when baking, Mr. Wallace started to make a table as shown below. Copy and complete the table on your paper. So that's what I've been doing so far. I've been using the table, filling it in, but now we can finish filling it in. So I'll do the working out for C down here. So if it's going to be 7 halves per cookie, and we have 5 cookies, that's going to be 5 multiplied by 7 over 2. So that's going to be 7 or 5 times 7 over 2. Make sure there's a bit more space. Move this paper up. So that's going to be 35 over 2. And you can put that in as a proper fraction if you would like. It's going to be 17 1/2, I believe. So now we can do the opposite. So that was, we knew how many cookies. We wanted to work out how much sugar is. For the last two, we know how much sugar we have, and we want to know how many cookies we can make. So to solve this, it might be easiest just to look up at the first one. To go from 350 grams to 700, we doubled it. So for the next problem, we had 350 over 100, and we're doubling the amount of sugar to 700. So then we're going to have to double the number of cookies. So from 100 is going to go to 200, and that will be the answer. You can write that in here. Once again, going from 700 to 1400, we're just going to double it one more time. So 1400 over 200 times 2, which is 400. And then that would be the table for 2-33 filled out.